a part of the month of Strong Hearts, I'm here with the one and only Mr. Brett Grogan. Mr. Grogan, how are you?
Not too bad considering 2022 come around.
As I said, we're here to talk about Strong Hearts. Now, being a Queenslander, has it freaked you out coming down to New South Wales and seeing so many Strong Hearts?
I think I mentioned before that I'm very happy with my group of friends and you're one of them. So the friends that I have now are the friends that I've had since the start of coming down here. So you know what, and to tell you the truth, I've connected myself with strong, big families in the community. So it was just a natural thing that just happened. So, you know, I'm probably a product of who my environment was and the mob that I've been down here with. So I couldn't be happier, and I'm happy that my kids actually get to grow up with all my friends.
In the land of New South Wales.
In the land of the Wobblical New South Wales.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about yourself. You're not from Newcastle, originally from Queensland. How did you end up here in Newcastle?
Cairns, so I'm a Giganji man from Yarrabah, like mum, and then Cookie Allenji from Cooktown, dad in Jabberkai, Coranda. I knew I was coming to Newcastle. I knew 88 when the Knights come in straight away, and I knew I was playing football. So I wanted to be down here. Red and blue are my favourite colours. So I knew for a fact that I was leaving Cairns to come to Newcastle. I was eventually going to make my way down here. I had a chance to go to Canberra and stay, and obviously Canberra wasn't Newcastle, so I gave that a rest and waited one more year. And then end of 93, I ventured down to Newcastle. And to tell you the truth, I met the Gordon family and Ashley straight away. So that sort of sealed the deal for me. I knew I was coming here. Yeah.
So being a young fella, fit, a lot of training, professional side, always fit?
Always fit, trying to be fit, trying to better yourselves. When I first got down here, I knew I had some sort of talent. The thing was you need to complete, you know, the fitness and the health sort of side of things as well. And then obviously diet comes into it. And then I didn't drink till later on in the year, so 23 when I started. So I just gave myself a really good chance to actually give my body a good chance to be ready for the rigours of rugby league. It was a bit of a shock to the system, but after that first year, I was very confident and I knew what was needed. So, and I had a good group of friends around there at the same time. We were all young and we were all training, so we're all healthy. So we were all very active. We did things on the weekend anyway, outside of football. So always active. You can call it worms if you want to, but definitely active.
Like most of us, as we pushed on in age, myself being very sporty, and then as I got older, just kind of slowly give it all away. Is that what has happened with you, and what's your health like now?
Yeah, 2010 was the finish of football. I think I had a good stint. Injuries pulled a pin. Sometimes it's like two years, like every second year you're fit, every second year after that you're not fit, and then eventually you're unfit for some period of time. So the last 3 years have been really unfit and whatnot. So it's good that, you know, I had the mates and yourselves. We now have our conversations, what we think longevity means, and taking care of our hearts is one of those big things. Taking care of their health, and then obviously setting examples for our children, because we all got children now, so we need to have that right message being sent down, I guess. Yeah. So
last year or the year before, you had a bit of some pains on your chest and a bit of a heart scare. What happened there?
Well, you get over a certain age, so it runs in my dad's side of the family, not so much my mum's side. The thing is, I wanted to train a little bit more, so it was that second year that I was talking about that I want to do some more stuff, and I had some back pains, and I thought it was actually bone and whatnot, and the rigours of rugby league and things coming back to haunt me. But when I spoke to another friend, Reggie, he goes, it's might do with the heart, so go and get yourself tested. So it was one of those things, and then I sat down with Andrew as well and said, look, let's go and see what can be done and get some testing and whatever. I knew for a fact that once I did go in, and then the hospital said this is the length of time that you're going to wait till you get this test, I didn't really want to wait, so I gave it a look at privately, and then John Under Health came through and he got me in as well. And at that age, people do have people got to understand whether you're healthy or you're not, you are exercising, that the arteries do get older, and whatever you put in your body it affects it. And I had signs of that. And then when they went to go and have a look in, they asked me the question if I wanted to put some stents in, and calcification was there, not calcification, but build-up was there, plaque. And I said, look, it's preventative medicine now, please put those stents in. And then I tell you the truth, after the operation, yeah, a good 2 months later, you know, I felt the difference. The back pain was gone and whatnot. So it's a message to, if you can prevent things to happen, so preventative medicine is probably the key conversation that we want to have in our communities, and especially when it comes to the heart, and then we have to be really careful with because our mob's got diabetes as well, so that can be a effect.
So you had build-up of plaque in your arteries. So before you got the stents in, how bad was your breathing or chest pains?
Breathing
what was the signs in that?
Breathing was all right. I thought I'd train. I thought I'm just unfit, and I tried to push myself, and then the back pain was too excruciating. So I knew something in myself, that something definitely was more sinister was happening. And to tell you the truth, you have the 3 arteries. The smaller one usually gets clogged up really quickly and then rebuilds and another artery comes, but the other 2 was like 18% and 22% build up. So I thought, well, let's put the stents in there and let's try not have some, and the goal is not to have any build up there now. So trying to work on that.
And one of the major fears or health risks that you could have with plaque build-up is strokes, isn't it?
Yeah. Stroke. I mean, before that, you got some signs. There's roughly about 7 to 8 signs that are telling, and that back part was one of them. I didn't get any twinkling or itching on the left-hand side or any part of my arms or anything else. I didn't get to that effect, but and hopefully I don't in the future. So I haven't felt that. There's telling signs there. So the education around that is the key, and that's what I sort of gave myself time to do. And then obviously the diet is the second best thing, and obviously exercise. You need to follow up with exercise. And we were active when we were young, so why can't we just be a percentage of active now at our age? Yeah.
Yeah. And just on that, I suppose that is the difference with plaque build-up, is there is the risk of having stroke, but is it different to having a heart attack?
Well, I don't want either. They're telling time that, there may be murmurs. Even if I get irregular heartbeats, I'm gonna go get it checked. My uncles and my father passed away very young with the disease and the heart problems. So anything that comes into effect, I'm straight onto it now. So,
was you like that in the beginning?
You're naive and ignorant at certain times. The wife tells me, don't talk it down. I say preventative medicine that I went in through, and she goes, well, it was actually an operation to actually support the health of yourself. You only have one heart, and you have the arteries that are in it, or on it, or attached to it, or outside of it. So, you need to take care of it. And to tell you the truth, you only get one chance to do it. So,
So key message is any pain, any difficulties, breathing, pains, low, even like you said, coming up through your low back, affecting, don't muck around, go straight to the hospital.
Even dizziness, you know what I mean? Yeah. Lightheaded, whatever. It's not like just getting off the bed and you're lightheaded. I mean, this is a conversation or a situation where you're sitting down and you get up, or you're even walking. Those signs are telling. If you're becoming dizzy, whether it's sunny or not, it's still a thing that you must check. Frantic. I mean, obviously there's hot and cold sweats, and then the inability to have a good night's sleep is usually a problem too. And then there's the anxiety around, okay, is there something wrong with me? So good to have a conversation. Yeah. Good to.
What is Brett Grogan doing about it now?
Healthier life. Well, can't eat the junk foods anymore. I'm glad that the body is saying no, so rejecting it. It's even rejecting milk at the moment. So I'm a Milo kid by heart, and I can't have that stuff anymore. So I'm glad the body's telling me that, I can't have this. So I've been very lucky. My in-laws and the family, we eat really, really well when it comes to vegetables and a lot of salads and whatnot. So we eat pretty well, and it's just the portioning now. And then now it's a conscious effort to do some exercise. A walk here, there, whatever. You don't have to do weights or anything else. You don't have to do something solid like running when it comes to your knees. Just on the bike maybe, and then the walk. So push-ups, sit-ups, all those little things that we used to do a lot. So yeah, active.
If you could go back in time, probably even 15 years, what would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Less beverages, less cordial, whatever you want to call it. I guess even normally sleep is a process that your body needs. I always sort of ate healthy. We sort of have, and there's a lot of things that doubling up on evenings out and doubling up on foods and doubling up on drinks, that stuff just can't happen. So now it's like, if I'm going to do that with some friends, it's like a reward. So a bit of a length in between, 2-3 months maybe, if it's possible. Celebrating for reasonings, not just going out and getting plastered.
I suppose one of the key things I'm hearing from you is you've lived this professional fitness life for most of your life, and that someone someone like yourself can still get this heart health risk. It just goes to show that with Aboriginal people, because of the past, that we are high at risk with a lot of health issues, and that we do need to take a little bit of extra care of ourselves, especially when we're getting older.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if I'm going to do this now, then our children, and if you're going to do it now, our children are going to learn to do it right, so they're going to get it right. But the same notion, you get to an age where these things actually do creep up, and it's natural to get older. So what we do is we sometimes ignore them. But the ultimate thing to do is just to accept it and gracefully accept it, and then just make some changes early on in the stage. So my kids are 15 and 16, and I want them to have a healthier life. Eating properly sustains whatever's going into their body so they can perform, and then also they can teach the grandchildren that we eventually have. So I want to try and make a generational change, especially when it comes to food and what substance goes into our bodies.
Mr. Grogan, I'd like to say thank you for sharing your story. I'm happy that you did get in and get the old ticker and the arteries fixed up, and I'm glad to hear that you are doing something about it. And I think that is something that our people need to hear, that even ex-professional sports people who've lived a great life, healthy life, the risk is still can happen to anyone.
Absolutely. And ask the question, if you think something's off, your body will tell you. There are key things that the body does say to you. We just got to learn to stop ignoring them, and then having the strength to move forward. But like yourself and my other friends that I have, if you've got a good, nice group of friends that are caring and actually ask the questions and see how you're going, usually can jump on a lot of things a lot quicker. So it's good to have that education around you as well, but then just the support. One big thing is support. If your family are supporting you, and your community is supporting you, then you can move forward real quickly. Not just as an individual, but everyone can get to know the same knowledge.
I do find that a lot of blackfellas, we do seem to work better in groups. So join a group, get the mates going along, and start looking after ourselves.
Yep.
Mr. Grogan, a pleasure. I'll do knuckles, and
I
hope you continue on your health journey, and maybe you might even drag me along, and I can lose a few kilos while I'm at it.
Slow and easy wins the race. So keep it up.
Thank you.
No worries.